श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। अनधीत्य महाभाष्यं व्याख्यातं यदनुग्रहात् वन्दे तं विधिना सत्यनिधिं सज्ञानसिद्धये विद्यापीठविधातारं विद्यावारिधिचन्दिरं विद्यार्थिवत्सलं वन्दे महामहिमसद्गुरुं श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. In this book, Sri Satyanidhi Vilasa, written by Sri Srinivasa Kavi, we have come towards the end of it now. In the previous chapter, in the 7th Sarga, we got to know how Swamiji left behind this samsara of worldly pleasures. He completely exonerated himself from his materialistic pleasures. With his strong and deep conviction, he believed that the seva done to the lotus feet of Lord Rama and Goddess Sita Devi is the only beneficial factor. He spent his stay in the forest of in the Tintrini forest, which is the forest of tamarind trees, and there a palace was built by Ananta Prabhu, who was a very mere devotee of Sri Mahan Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji. So now in the 8th chapter, which mainly comprises of 57 shlokas in total, in the beginning itself, after the completion of Hemanta Rutu, upon the arrival of Shishir Rutu, Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji, he felt that his stay here is completed and it has come to an end, and now it is a time in order to continue his Digvijaya. So the Mahan Swamiji, he blessed Ananta Prabhu and he started his Tirtha Yatra. When Ananta Prabhu became deeply saddened because of the departure of his Guru, Swamiji blessed him that soon his Shishya Satyanada Tirtha Swamiji would arrive and fulfill all his desires of the mind. This way Ananta Prabhu became very happy and Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji continued on his Digvijaya. First he moved to the southern areas, mainly he visited Sri Mushnam. He was very much interested and he was the supreme in protecting the Sattvic souls. So along with all those souls, he went to Sri Mushnam. He took darshan of Sri Paramatma Varaha Swami with utmost bhakti and stayed there. He did not have any worldly attachments with all these objects and pleasures, and he donated everything to the people over there. He donated so much of gold, coins, clothes, monies, jewelry and many other materials, all to the Pandits. He had not at all a single penny of interest in it, because he believed all these are completely temporary. The people over there felt that Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji, he exceeded Karna in charities. In Sri Mushna Kshetra, all the Pandits from the entire country worldwide have assembled there. There Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji, for the purpose of obtaining the wealth of Jnana, wealth of Vairagya by a person, he started giving a discourse as to how supreme our Lord is and how he must be served. Literally, from the 8th shloka to the 39th shloka, which is a mere of 30 shlokas in total, it explains the discourse, it explains the supremacy of our God in brief. Few points I would like to say here. First thing, we must all understand the most supreme soul is Lord Vishnu. His wife, Goddess Lakshmi Devi, also prostrates herself on the feet of Lord Vishnu. Lord Sriman Narayana, he is the creator, he is the destroyer and he is the protector. He is the sole support for this entire Jagat. See, a mother carries her baby in the womb for 9 months. Literally, the God Supreme Soul has been carrying the entire Jagat in his womb from millions of years, and which is Ananta, which is uncountable. The years are innumerable. So if a mother carries her baby in her womb for 9 months, how much we are actually in her, how much we should pay in order to satisfy her? Then if you can do it for your mother itself, that too the mother is only for you in this particular janma, to that particular soul, then what should we do? in order to pay our tributes to the Lord Vishnu? See, this is actually a very much big surprise to all of us. We all actually, this Manushas in the Kali Yuga, we are completely behind money. Gaining money, attaining wealth is only a prime objective, and in order to obtain it, we try to go to any extent. See, Goddess Mahalakshmi, who is she? She is the wife of Lord Vishnu, which means that if the Lord is praised and if we do bhakti on him, automatically Goddess Lakshmi Devi will also be very much praised by our devotion. If we simply run behind Lakshmi and if we'll completely leave behind Lord Vishnu, how will we get Mahalakshmi's devotion, Mahalakshmi's blessings upon us? This is a simple object which we must try to understand. There is no huge chemistry and mechanism upon this in order to understand. A simple objective. See, without Mahalakshmi's anugraha, Mahalakshmi's blessings, how can we attain wealth? Because in the heart, when Lord Hari resides and he himself is not taken for worship, then how will Mahalakshmi be pleased? How can we forget such a simple objective? See, God is very much near to Mahalakshmi. He is very much dear to Goddess Lakshmi Devi. He is Kamajanaka. Whatever we desire, if it is actually yogya to us, then he would surely give it to us. He would surely grant a boon to us. In fact, we must not ask anything in particular. If we ask anything in particular, he simply gives that particular object. If we simply ask the God to give us what is actually yogya to us, then God fulfills our desires completely. He knows what is actually necessary for us. So he gives everything that is necessary. If you ask a particular thing, he gives only that particular thing. If you ask, please give us what is actually needed or necessary to us, then he grants us everything. These many simple objectives are explained by Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji. See, we all do bad objects. We all do some literally bad things in order to gain wealth. Here, Swamiji gives us an example. See, you have a disease. You want that disease to be cured. If you keep on eating the prohibited things, then how will your disease be cured? The same way, in order to attain wealth, that is, in order to cure the disease, you have to do what it is necessary. Instead of doing that, we run behind, or we get ourselves involved in the bad things. Then how will our disease be cured? How will we obtain good wealth? One more thing. See, people, us, we simply serve the king in order to gain something from him. Like be it money, gold, wealth, or any need in sort of kind. But Goddess Lakshmi Devi and Sri Hari, without aspiring anything from everyone, they are the giver of this wealth to the entire Jagat, and people do not worship him. Like, how do we worship the God? It is just simple. Simply, first, in order to worship the God, we need to actually love God. How do we obtain love upon God? We obtain love upon God by having the knowledge of him. How do we gain that knowledge? We gain that knowledge by reading the Shastras, by reading the Vedas, which actually explain the God from a very closer and nearer extent. This is definite actually. The ignorant people here will be completely against this opinion. See, we people, we run behind rich people in order to obtain wealth. But those rich people are accountable only for some part of wealth. We leave behind God Hari, Lord Hari, who actually has Mahalakshmi with him. The same way, we spend so much of money, so much of resources to go to regions which are actually not pavitra, but we can't even take a holy dip in the rivers of Ganges. This is the hypocrisy today in the today's situation we are facing. If you want to serve the Lord directly, then serve the people who are actually the reformers of God, the pandits, priests, brahmanas, who actually are completely, who actually come do their daily duties perfectly, daily course perfectly. Serve those people. They are the reformers of God. They convey your prayers to the God directly. It is not just simply said, it is actually believed from the many histories we read today, and it is also experienced and explained in the Vedas and Shastras which we find today. See, if you go near the Lord, and if you take refuge under the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, then how can be there trouble from all these asuras and this asara samsara? It is like, when for a person who is near the lions, then can elephants cause any trouble to that person? The same way, we are in the portion of lion. We have that power with us, but we are unable to recognize with these dirty eyes, because our eyes are always engaged in watching dirty things. Our eyes never search for a book. It always goes for some films or whatever nonsense which we find in today's world. So the first main thing is sacrifice. What is sacrifice? Sacrifice doesn't mean vairagya. It is vairagya. But what do we need to sacrifice? We need to sacrifice the desire. See, whatever God gives us, let us enjoy it. But let us not desire everything in particular. If you stop desiring the desires, then you will surely hold yourself on the path of vairagya. If everything is to be achieved, if you want to achieve everything, then simply pray the Lord Jagadisha Sriman Narayana. Then you will attain each and everything. This way, and one more example shall I tell you. See, we all forget Lord Paramatma. Actually, Paramatma is in our heart. But what do? We go and worship the kings outside. Paramatma actually lies in one's heart. If you go and serve a person directly, then the person will be pleased. The Paramatma inside that person will be pleased. The Paramatma inside the Brahmins, the priests, Pandits, they will be pleased and they will give you boons directly. It is like how there is plenty of water in your place. You leave behind that place, you go to some other place and dig a well over there which is totally dry, and there is no source of water over there, and you just simply repent upon it. This is the situation of all of us today. So, actually, this marana, the death is not in our hands. So, what we know, we just simply leave everything, worship Lord Sriman Narayana always. This is the sole objective one must have in their lives. See, we all are blessed with wives, children, a beautiful wife, an obedient son, obedient daughter. See, they all will respect us when we are accommodated with this deha. When we have this body, once the soul leaves this body, no one cannot do anything to help him. Be it wife, children, your relatives, your friends, neighbors, whoever. So, you must simply believe that, leave attachment towards this temporary things. It doesn't mean that you must leave everything behind. Take care of them. It is your responsibility. But everything has a limit. You must refrain yourselves from it after a particular period of time. Have limit attachment and always have the smarana of Lord Sri Vishnu. You think that whatever you are serving them, and this responsibility is also actually equal to the seva done by you to Lord Sri Paramatma. See, when the person is not having vision of Lord in his mind, then automatically, due to the power of the tamasa and rajas qualities, he tries to see certain bad things which are actually completely harmful to us. But a person who always has a vision of Lord Srihari in his mind, he refrains from all of these. He does not see them. One thing, these Lord Bhagavan's auspicious qualities will only bring rest and peace in this entire Jagat. He is the Supreme One, He is Swatantra, He actually has control over the entire universe. He is the one who grants us the phalas decided by us. So, He must be worshipped, and one who worships Him with pure heart and with utmost bhakti and devotion, then he will surely be happy, and this would already make him fall in the path of moksha, salvation. This way, in the assembly of all the Pandits, Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji gave a beautiful discourse upon how to achieve Vairagya, how to gain the wealth of Vairagya within us. Swamiji poured divine nectar in the ears of Pandits, and all of them were very much happy by this discourse. Later, after completing this, Sri Swamiji left for Srirangam. There, he on the banks of river Kaveri, he completed his daily course. He completed his bath and daily the Naimitika Karyas. And later, he took the darshan of Sri Ranganatha, which actually takes us to the path of Mukti. Such is the greatness of this deity Ranganatha. Here in this place, he composed a beautiful grantha called Ranganatha Dandaka. It actually, this is a Ranganatha Dandaka, which is a very splendid composition by Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji. Later, he did seva to Sri Ranganatha, who is Karuna Samudra, who is lying very peacefully on the bed of Sheshadevaru. Later, he had darshan of Sri Vasudeva residing at Srirangam and has splendid look of eyes. He had splendid vision in him, and he then reached Vrishabhadri, which is with many mountains. This Vrishabhadri or Vrishabhagiri there is a river by name Nupura. Here Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji completed his bath. He took darshan of Sundaraja Mahaprabhu. Then he left for Madurai city, which is like a Bhuloka heaven over there. At Madurai, he had darshan of Sri Meenakshi and Sri Sundaresha God. The history here is due to Malaya Maruta's misunderstanding. The couple came to Madurai and they stayed there in Kadambavana. Later, he went to Rameshwaram. He visited the Setu there. The Setu, he had the Setu darshan over there, and then reached Gandhamadana Parvata, which is surrounded by the ocean on all sides. Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji took many tirthas present in Rameshwaram. Then he took bath in Dhanushkoti. He visited Dhanushkoti. He had darshan of the linga which is installed by Sri Rama and did anugraha to Rudra. Later, he submitted great seva to that great Vaishnava. Then see, every occasion, whenever he had darshan of some or other Lord, he again gives plenty of charity, plenty of donations to the Pandits and people over there. He gave plenty of gold and silver to the Brahmanas residing at Rameshwaram. Later, from Rameshwaram, he visited Tamraparani river, and then he proceeded to Anantashayana to have the darshan of Anantashai Bhagavan Sri Padmanabha. Then Mahan Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji went to Gokarna. He immediately left towards the shore western sea, and he visited the place where Lord Krishna's idol is installed by Sri Madhvacharya itself. Let us all guess it. It is very easy. It is Udupi Kshetra. In Udupi Kshetra, he having the wealth of the kingdom, where the 8 Swamijis, 8 Pithas were there. Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji was honored by all the saints over there. He took the blessings from Lord Sri Krishna. Later he became the Guru of Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji. He had many Jai Patrikas during his Digvijaya. He submitted all of them kindly upon the lotus feet of Lord Sri Krishna. Then Sri Swamiji proceeded towards the river Krishna. Like this, Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji, he became proficient in many arts, in innumerable arts. His words were very profound and knowledgeable, and he discarded the Mayavadis very easily. He discarded the entire Vidwans belonging not only to the Mayavadi school but also the other Advaita and also the other philosophies. He always had in mind with bhakti about the picture of Lord Sri Rama and Goddess Sita Devi. And with this, he always shone in this entire Jagat with so much of fame and reputation. Here the 8th Sarga concludes. This way, Sri Srinivasa Kavi, he gives us a brief life history of Satyanatha Tirtha Swamiji, the history of his father, later who had no issues, and with the Gandharva saying about him, he was soon blessed with a child, Raghunatacharya, his thread ceremony, his marriage ceremony, later leaving behind his materialistic pleasures and going back to Tirtha Yatra. There he met Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji and he got ordained himself into sannyas ashrama. The miracles performed by him, the way he blessed all the people, all these are explained very clearly. Later in the Nivritti Sangama, he left his soul and he entered the Vrindavana. And soon Satyanatha Tirtha Swamiji, his best disciple, his favorite disciple, he continued the legacy of this great Uttaradimat Pitha. So on this auspicious occasion of the Aradhana Mahotsav of Sri Satyanidhi Tirtha Swamiji, we got to know a few words about this great Mahan Swamiji. We are very much blessed with this soul, and it is exactly my pleasure to speak a few words about this Mahan Swamiji, and let the blessings of him shower upon all of us. Thank you. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu.